Hello, and thanks for joining us. I'm Ailey Herkey.
And I'm Jordan Jansen. Joining us later, we will have a special guest, and Caitlin Burns is in the studio with all your Bulldog sports. This is AHS News.
The boys wrestling team brings home a state championship. The boys wrestled at the state team duel event. They beat Mount Vernon in the quarterfinal, then ousted Williamsburg and topped West Delaware to win the title. Here are a few highlights from the season.
Next up on mat 2 at 215 pounds, Brock Thompson.
The next weekend, the Bulldogs qualified 11 wrestlers for the state individual tournament. Tate Sluggle made the medal stand with a 4th place finish. Congrats, wrestlers, on a historic season.
The girls wrestling team had 3 athletes make the state podium: Mara Davis, Malin Davis, and Reagan Jensen. Here are some highlights of the season.
Strong right hand collar tie, control on that left tricep, goes in for that same fireman's. She's going to get it, and she's putting Gomez right on her back. That's real tight right there, and there's the pin. Looks like 48 seconds, time of the fall there for Malin Davis. Mara, though, not giving up, still has that leg. Now switches off to a double, and she gets the takedown. Nicely done, Mara Davis. Bryn Vithriba falls all in, and Reagan Jensen for Algona. And Reagan with a quick takedown here, looking for a quick half Nelson. There it is, and this is going to be a pin. That's real tight right there. Get that left shoulder down just a little bit. Trying to stay in bounds here. Only 30 seconds into this first period. There's the pin for Reagan Jensen.
At state, Mara Davis placed 5th at 100 pounds, and both Reagan Jensen at 155 and Malin Davis at 120 placed 7th in their weight class. Great job to both of our wrestling teams.
The FCCLA chapter has been doing great things for the school and community, including making their annual apple pies, crisps, and next chili and cinnamon rolls for the annual basketball dinner. During the game, people were able to get a warm cup of chili on a cold winter evening. For Valentine's Day, they made Crush Pop gifts for students. In March, they will head to the state FCCLA conference where they will be judged on their projects.
FFA members celebrated the National FFA Week recently. One of the big events of the week is the annual Pancake Feed and Labor Auction. Guests enjoyed pancakes, sausage, and refreshments. FFA members also participated in a labor auction. Members are auctioned off to the highest bidder for 4 hours of labor. The Pancake Feed is a fundraiser for the community. Funds have gone to new things like the flooring in the Kossuth County Fair Pig Barn and improvements to the other fair facilities.
Forget about the local coffee shop. We have a place right here at AHS. The Barkhouse is back. The Barkhouse is a class taught by Shelley Lawaji. Students make and create fun drinks and food items for students and staff to order. Every Thursday morning, students pick up what they've ordered. They have given taste tests throughout the quarter. The Barkhouse serves fizzies, loaded teas, protein shakes, and breakfast food items.
Some AHS musicians performed for a good cause, the 5th annual mental health concert. It took place recently. Students performed a variety of songs, anything from country to pop. Coming up next, students extend an arm for a great cause. But first, here's a sample of the mental health concert. Stay
My father was a big man, got myself a steady hand, sitting in the corner with a 6-pack of Corona, betting that it's on win again. Can the child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life?
Welcome back. The fieldhouse construction continues to stay at a steady pace. The walls are up and crews are fine-tuning outside of the building. Crew brought in a gigantic crane capable of lifting 450 tons. The construction class is working on a project in the community. They are residing a local family's house.
Who are we here with today?
Mason Hart.
Max Schultz.
What are you guys working on?
So we're putting up siding here on this house, and then so we're just cutting angles and stuff, getting it so it looks all nice.
Yeah, I bet that's a lot of work. You got to do a lot of cutting here.
Yeah.
What else have you guys done?
Well, we put up this garage addition here. So it was just a single car garage that
The project is expected to be completed soon.
Individual state speech students compete at state. Flynn McCann was one of the contestants at state. He competed in a musical theater and radio announcing. We caught up with Flynn practicing his radio piece.
Host Flynn McCann. Stay tuned to hear about conservation efforts and the weather forecast. In search of healthy frogs. The project's goal is to ensure that the species has a fighting chance of recovery. Our special blend is made with all natural ingredients. Nowadays, you can find many different kinds of cat food at your local pet store, and it can be overwhelming with all the choices. We here at Thomas's Fine Cat Food know that your cat deserves the best.
The AHS dance team hosted their annual showcase. The Diamonds danced along with several other groups. One of the crowd's favorite was the co-ed dance. Here are the girls in action. Evie Gunther, Allie Carr, and Jada Roberts performed Palm, and Addison Metzer Kick as part of their all-Iowa dance team. They performed at the girls' state basketball tournament.
Coming up next, students lend a helping hand to save lives. But first, here's a look at the recently completed AHS dance show.
Welcome back. The National Honor Society sponsored their annual blood drive. The drive was held on Valentine's Day. It was held in the Performing Arts Center lobby. The blood drive had to close early because of the weather, but still had 43 registered donors. 25 of them were first-timers, 32 units were collected, which will save 96 lives.
The weather has been up and down these past months. That's no surprise after all, it's Iowa. Algona schools were shut down for 2 days in February because of the bitter cold weather. Thankfully, AHS students and staff stayed warm through it all. Fortunately, the cold weather left us and we enjoyed temps in the 50s with the sun shining down.
Coming up next, a special guest is in the studio.
Welcome back and thanks for joining us. Today I'm here with Mr. Yee and we're going to be talking about his upcoming retirement. How many years have you been working at the school?
I've been working here for 29 years and I taught at Sigourney for 5 years before I came.
What classes do you teach?
I teach all our art classes and photography.
What's been your favorite class to teach?
I don't really particularly have a favorite class. It's probably the students that are in my classes that make
Who's
it
the
fun.
funniest student?
I would say Natalie Johnson is probably the funniest student.
What is the best thing that has happened to you or what you've learned the most from working with all these kids over the years?
I just have a lot of gratitude for teaching here. I have a lot of memorable experiences, not only in the classroom but on the wrestling mat. I used to coach girls track also, so I have a lot of fond memories and I will cherish those forever.
Speaking about wrestling, you guys did win the state championship this year. How was that feeling?
It was incredible. We won all our dual meets, but there's been some struggles that people don't know about. Our wrestlers overcame a lot of things. A lot of kids had to step up. We dealt with a lot of injuries and sicknesses, so the kids did an awesome job this year. I'm really proud of them.
What do you think you're going to miss the most?
The relationships that I build with students. I have close connections with a lot of students in the classroom and also on the mat. So.
Yeah.
And also the teachers and the administrators also.
Absolutely. What are you most excited to do with your free time?
I love to fish. I think a lot of students know that, so I'm excited to do that. And I have some job opportunities that people have asked me about. I don't know if I want to do those yet, but I have a lot of options, so I'm really looking forward to having some time off and doing whatever the heck I want to do, I guess.
So what's your favorite fishing spot?
I don't have a favorite fishing spot, but I love going up to Canada every year. I do that with a group of guys. It's a blast.
Thank you guys for joining us. Up next, we're going to start with our Bulldog Sports.
Welcome back to AHS Sports. The girls basketball team had a great year. They finished with a 20-4 record. They were undefeated in the North Central Conference, giving them the outright conference title. Good enough for first place. The Bulldogs ended the regular season with a 18-3 record. Their only losses were to 3 highly ranked teams. Here are some of the highlights in the girls' action.
These two teams met. Top of the arc to Coolman. She'll take the foul line jumper, and that one rattles, hits glass, and drops through. Doesn't want to play. They want to shoot relatively quickly in the shot clock and then get out and run on the other end. And Algona really slowing that down, gumming things up as McLaughlin tries another three and swishes it. Lauren McLaughlin feeling it early in her final regular season game. 4 left in the first half. Van Otterloo to Coolman. She'll head fake. She'll drive. She'll get inside. She'll float it off glass, and she'll score it.
The girls beat Southeast Valley in a regional quarterfinal and defeated Western Christian in the semifinals. The Dogs came up 1 game short of state, falling to Spirit Lake in the regional final. The girls lose 4 seniors, Paige Schmidt, Lauren McLaughlin, Casey Van Otterloo, and Kayla Busher. The boys basketball team had an up-and-down season. They finished the regular season with an 18-12 record. They were 5-7 in the North Central Conference, finishing in 5th place. Here are some highlights of the season.
They were an 18-12. Halmer's the seas part down the lane. There he goes, and he scores.
There's up 12-6.
Drew Muller coming into the game and guarding Evan Alley right now for Bishop Garrigan. Burns open on the backside, then first closes out. Burns turnaround Jay and knocks it down out to Helmers. Helmers into the lane to Campy, turnaround Jay from the foul line, left it short, but it crawled up the rim and Campy takes it. We've seen a lot less attacking to the bucket today by Helmers, and maybe that's partly shoulder injury, as there's a floater by Alley, and
The boys opened tournament play at Humboldt in a district semifinal. The boys came up short in that game, ending their season. The boys only lose 1 senior, Ben Helmers. Up next, we have a special guest who will be talking about their wrestling state championship. Joining us now is a member of our state championship dual team, Jack Limbaugh. We're going to be asking him some questions about the season. What steps did you take throughout the season to help prepare you for state?
I would say just practicing hard every single day and working our tails off in the practice room. I mean, it all comes down to how hard you are willing to work on the days where you don't feel like it, and I feel like our coaches definitely helped prepare us for that throughout the season.
Now, for you, this was your first year doing wrestling, so how was the change of basketball to wrestling? Like, did you have any prior knowledge, or what? Did you basically just go in it blind?
I wrestled growing up, so when I was a little kid, I grew up wrestling, and I switched in 7th grade to do basketball. So I had a little bit of prior knowledge, but pretty much nothing, and so I kind of had to start from scratch. But that was super fun, being able to try something new and figure out something new to do that'll help me with football.
What helped motivate you throughout the season?
I would just say, like for me, it was just wrestling with my teammates and doing all that with my teammates. Just going through hardship with them. Wrestling practices isn't very fun, so doing that with them really helped motivate me and inspired me to wrestle hard, go out and wrestle hard for them.
What was the hardest obstacle you had to overcome throughout the season?
I would say just staying mentally focused on what we had to do every single day. It kind of gets really tiring sometimes in the middle of the season when you're going to practice every single day, and sometimes you don't have that many meets, but there's certain points where there's more meets. So it's just staying mentally focused and staying mentally prepared for what the season has.
During the dual state team championship, what was the sign that you're like, oh my gosh, we actually could win this? Like, what were the feelings there?
I think for us, we kind of knew that our team had something special when we went undefeated this season in dual meets. I think that just how well we wrestle all season kind of helped us realize, hey, if we wrestle at our best, there's nobody that can beat us. And I think once we got down there and beat Mount Vernon pretty handily, I think that was kind of the sign. It's like, all right, it's time to get to work and finish this thing off.
You had some incredible matches down there. How did it feel having all that pressure on your back in order to, like, secure the win?
I would say I didn't have very much pressure, myself, because I knew my teammates were going to come up right after me and do their thing. I just thought to myself, what can I do to help them be successful, knowing that they were going to wrestle right after me and wrestle their best, just the same as I was.
How was that feeling, just knowing that you guys just won a state championship?
It was pretty incredible. I mean, I hadn't experienced anything like that before, and so getting to see Weir hand us that trophy was pretty cool, and just the feeling of having the gray hat on your head is really, really special.
Lastly, what is your favorite post-weigh-in snack?
For me, I like the honey stinger waffles. They got like the little they're like a little energy thing, and then I like applesauce and fruit snacks.
Very good. Thank you for joining us. And up next, we have Word in the Halls.
Welcome back. AHS students were really excited for spring break this year.
After all, students got a full week off.
We roamed the halls of AHS and asked students what they had planned.
It's this week, Word in the Halls.
We're going to be going to Arizona, hiking, and just spend time in the sun.
I'm going to Dominican Republic.
My wife and I are taking our 30-year anniversary trip to Destin, Florida, enjoying the sunshine and warm weather.
I'm going to Florida with my 18-year-old sister.
Spring break ran from March 17th through the 21st. So Jordan, what did you do for spring break?
This spring break, I went down to Kansas City and visited my grandma with my family. What'd you do?
I went to Alabama to the Gulf Shores and we hung out on the ocean and the beach.
So fun. That wraps up this edition of AHS News. We leave you tonight with more from the AHS dance team's annual show. Thanks for joining us.